What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Addiction TV. I hope everybody is having a good Thirsty Thursday. You know what I'm saying? You know I will be having a good Thirsty Thursday. I haven't had a drink yet today, but you guys know I will be getting a little tipsy tonight. Today's video is my review for American Horror Story Red Tide Episode 4, Blood Buffet. And before we get into this, I do want to say, spoiler alert, this video is full of spoilers. I actually really enjoyed this episode, man. It's getting really interesting, man. I mean, the last episode was pretty interesting, but this episode we're actually starting to get answers about the black pills, and just a tiny little, we get to know the characters just a little bit more, the mysterious characters of Provincetown. So the episode starts off 5 years before what's going on in the present timeline, and it shows when the chemist first moves to Provincetown. And we get to learn, like, the origin of these black pills and the science behind them and parts of the brain that they activate to help these talented people do whatever they like doing, whether it's writing, making music, playing an instrument, you know what I mean? No matter if it's acting, you know, it explains what this drug does to trigger the brain to help talented people. So the chemist, she buys a house in Provincetown, and then later that night she goes to the bar and she's sitting there eavesdropping on Mickey having a conversation with Holden. And dude, there's something Mickey says in this scene that absolutely cracks me up.
Anyway, he taught me this trick you do right before a guy comes. If you press down on his taint and time it just right, you can get him to come again right away.
Mickey might be a tweaker, he might be a meth addict, but I actually kind of like this dude. I think he's pretty damn funny, and I actually feel bad for the guy. So the chemist invites Mickey back to her house, and she explains to him about these pills. And he's like, what the fuck are they? You know what I mean? And she's like, she explains everything to him about what it does to the brain, talks about testing it on animals, and you know what it does for talented people, but what it does to people who have no talent, and how it basically like turns them into bloodthirsty vampires. And there's this one guy in the episode, you know, she tells Mickey, she's like, you know, send me guinea pigs. She's like, send me people to test this on, and I'll pay you $50 per person. So he sends her a singer that he met at the Muse, and he goes, the singer goes to her house. Sadly, he actually has no talent. So, you know, he's like the first of these bloodthirsty creatures that, you know, he loses his hair, he feels nothing but rage, and he's just bloodthirsty. So then we catch up with Belle Noor before she ever took the pill, and it was I kind of felt bad for her. You know, when this season first started, I wasn't a huge fan of Belle. I'm like, this bitch is crazy. This bitch, she's a fucking monster. But she's having a book reading and a book signing at a bookstore in Provincetown. And it's kind of sad. There's literally only like 4 people at this book signing and this book reading, and her husband's there too. Dude, the way this motherfucker treats her, I could not stand it, dude. I'm like, man, this dude is a straight up douchebag. I mean, I understand he's been patient with her. She's following her dream, man. Just support her dream, you know what I'm saying? Even if it takes a while, man. Things don't just happen overnight, you know what I mean? So this dude was a straight up douchebag. He treated her like shit, and I felt bad for Belle Noor. I actually grew to like her character before she took the pill. So Mickey meets Belle and gets her high on meth, and she's dancing in the bar. She's having a good old time. She's like, I want more. He's like, well, you can chase that high forever, but none's ever going to be as good as the first high. So he takes her to see the chemist. So Belle takes a pill, goes back to her hotel room. She does a whole book in a night. And her husband comes home in the morning, and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I just did a whole book in one night. And he's like, let me see. He looks at it, he's like, you didn't do this. She's like, yes, I did. He's like, no, you didn't, because it's actually good. I mean, this dude is a complete fucking douchebag. I really don't like this guy. I was hoping he would die very, very soon. But, you know, he's like, what did you do last night? And she says, I did meth last night. I danced. I had a good time. I had a drink. I took this pill and all this and that. And he's like, you know what I did last night? I fucked a girl on the beach. And I woke up this morning and I fucked her again. Then he's like, you know what I'm getting ready to do? I'm going to pack up my stuff. I'm going to go to this other hotel and I'm going to fuck her again. And I'm like, man, please kill this douchebag. Belle starts crying. And then she just feels that rage from the pill and just slices his neck open. And she starts drinking his blood. I was so glad he died, but there's one thing that I really kind of wanted to see. I mean, I'm glad he died, but I really wanted to see him be jealous and be pissed off of her success and how rich she became. And he's over there poor. Talk about, oh, I'm sorry, baby, I love you so much. So then we catch up with the singer who the pill didn't work on, and his hair is falling out, and he's bald-headed now, and he's getting sick, and he's thirsting for blood. So he goes to see the chemist, and she explains to him, like, dude, it's not working on you, you have no talent. And he actually kills a woman in a cemetery while she's praying and drinks her blood. And he's like, what's wrong with me? You know, this and that. And he actually goes to see Lark, Billie Lourd's character, and he gets a brand new jacket, nice little outfit looking shit. And he's walking down the street and people are, you know, looking at him and like, hey, cool Halloween costume, bro. So then Belle decides she's going to get a new look too. So she goes to see Lark. And now she's becoming the Belle Noire that we seen in the first 3 episodes. And she goes out, has a drink, and that's when she comes across Austin Summers. And he's in a drag contest, you know what I'm saying? And he's a loser. And he's pretty much the worst drag queen there. So she gives him the pill. She can sense the talent that he has. And he's being bullied by the rest of the drag queens. They're like, you the ugliest woman I've ever seen. So after she gives him the pill, they go to the place where the other drag queens are staying, and they slaughter them. And they drink them. And I'm like, hell yeah, man, they were bullies. Fuck them dudes. But no, this episode, I really enjoyed it so far. You know, I'm not hitting every tiny little detail in the episode. You know, you guys are gonna watch it. You guys got to check it out for yourselves. But no, I really like this episode. We didn't see Alma or Harry at all in this episode, man. We didn't see Doris or none of them in this episode. Ursula. But no, I like this episode, man. We're learning the origins of this drug, the origins of this pill. And I kind of understand how these people feel about, you know, wanting to get their art out there, wanting their art to be noticed more. I wouldn't take it to the level of taking that fucking black pill, but no, I see how these people. I like how this season's like showing people really crave that stuff, and it shows how some people are willing to do anything just to get that. But the episode ends with one of the drag queens running, thinking he's getting away from Belle and Austin. And he stops in the cemetery. He sits down to take a breather. You know, he's a pretty heavy guy. He's probably tired. And I knew this was coming. But then the singer pops up behind him, bites his neck, and then the episode ends. One thing I also like, though, I like Billie Lourd in every season, man. I think she does a great job. But I like how she took the pill to help her with her tattoo talents. And she's given everybody these sharp teeth and these teeth covers to hide that. But no, man, I really like this episode. I'm loving this season so far. You guys, I've said this 1,000 times. You know I'm not the hugest fan of American Horror Story, but I'm actually really enjoying this season so far, man. This episode, it was fun. I have to watch it again though, because my girlfriend didn't get a chance to see it, and she loves watching them with me. She had to go visit her brother in the hospital. Keep him in your prayers. But no, I'll be watching it again, and maybe we'll discuss it further. But how did you guys like this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it sucked? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, coming at you from ADiktion TV.